Okay, I'm speaking with a cough drop, so hopefully that's not annoying. I've never done this. My voice is usually not so sultry, but I kind of lost it the last few days, so I'm excited that I can still speak. So this is a win. But thank you all for coming here. It's good to see new faces and old faces, and I love sharing some of these tips that I have learned through the years. I'm going to go to the next slide. Have had some crazy experiences when it comes to healing skin. And as I talk today, I do have downloadable notes for you guys. So I know that's a question I always get asked is people are like, can I have the notes? I want the slides. This is a free way to get those. So if you want to take a picture now, I will have this at the end. But I will be talking about the lymphatic system today, how it works with the health of your body, how it changes the way your skin is healthy and glowing, and what it is. So is this too loud? Is it just me? Okay, perfect. How many of you guys know what the lymphatic system is? Good, okay. I won't go into too many details. This is a quick little 25-minute conversation that we're having today. So I'm just going to cover the basics, but I want to share some really cool things that I've learned as I have gotten into the lymphatic system and why it's important, why it's so good to know about this system and having it working for you instead of against you. So everyone good with this? Everyone got the notes? Okay, perfect. Okay, so a little bit about me, for those of you who don't know. I am a master herbalist, but that came because I want to know all the things. I'm one of those people that you give me a little information, I want to know more, and have studied it. So I will show you a picture and tell you my story in just a second, but when I burned my face with squash, exploding about 17 years ago, I had so many people give me different opinions and nothing was working. And I had a couple of people suggest some herbal things, and that was the only thing that I started finding was helping me heal. And so when it comes to like my background, I do have like the medical background, the certifications and everything, but the biggest thing that I say has helped me has just been trial and error and working with people for about 17 years. So I'm hoping that I can share some of my favorite tips with you guys today. Sorry. Okay, so a little bit, I don't have any before and after pictures, which I'm so sad about when it came to burning my face because my camera 17 years ago didn't have the cloud and it got dropped in water. So this is a picture of me about 20 years old and my struggle with acne and skin conditions. I have the most sensitive skin and it has changed drastically. Things don't bother me like it once did, but every little thing, I would just get irritations on my face and I used to feel like I had to cover it up with makeup. And I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore just by healing my lymphatic system and using natural oils. So just to give you a short little thing on the skin and the lymphatic system, our skin is our greatest protection. And we know it's like the third kidney, and it's so good for our body, but we often see it more as a beauty kind of a thing than a health organ that it actually is. And so when it comes to what we put on our skin, we're often using soaps and harsh chemicals, whether it's in the beauty industry of like, but it smells good and it makes me feel good, but it is full of chemicals and toxins. And when we're putting that on, we're disrupting not only our microbiome, the little bugs that live on our skin, but it is washing away your immune system. That affects things like your gut. I had no idea that all of the products I was washing my face with was causing a lot of the stomach issues I was having. And so when it comes to health, it really does matter how you take care of your skin. And these layers of your skin matter. So sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the mic. But we want to be able to have all of this layer really healthy and working for us. That includes the blood vessels, the lymphatic system, the skin's natural oils, the sebum, everything. When you can get that working for you and the way your body stores toxins, you will be far healthier. And if you guys have questions while I'm going through this, feel free to raise your hand and ask. So signs of lymphatic stagnation, there's so many. A lot of people don't realize like puffy eyes and sore ankles and joints and colds and flus, constipation, arthritis. All of that can be signs of lymphatic stagnation, like your lymph fluid is not moving. So if you look at this body, you'll see that these are the lymph ducts that run through your body. It's very much like the circulatory system, but the circulatory system has a heart that's pumping that fluid through. The lymphatic system does not. It requires movement, and this movement can come in lots of many different forms, but most of it is forced. So this movement can come from things like rebounding, massage, things like that. But it's all part of our immune system and cleaning out toxins and helping us to stay healthy, because this lymphatic system, otherwise known as the garbage system in our body, if we're not getting rid of toxins very well, it's sitting in our body and creating all these health issues that we don't even know of. So it's so good to make sure you're focusing on the lymphatic system. So the secret to healthy skin and detoxing and immune system health is really to have a healthy lymphatic system. We do that with things like dry brushing, gua sha, LED light therapy, and more. So remember this chart when it comes to your lymphatic system. We have on the left side of our body, everyone, I want you to touch it, feel your collarbone on your left side and go underneath the collarbone. This is your lymphatic drainage duct. This is the main duct we want to always be bringing lymph fluid from, especially from our face. But this one goes right directly into the heart, and then it is able to circulate and leave the body. So this one is really important. We have the one on our right side, our lymphatic duct, but it still pushes it over to the thoracic duct. So a really great way to wake up your lymphatic system is to take both hands. I use my fingers and kind of do a little thump right here. And it doesn't feel like much. You wouldn't even notice it. But it's a great way to wake up the lymphatic system. And then when it comes to dry brushing your body, many of us know about dry brushing our body, right? But we're not so good at dry brushing our face. And I'll teach you all the things. But when you're dry brushing your body, you want to bring, with the brush stroke, everything towards these main lymphatic ducts. So think about your arm. You have lymphatic ducts here and under your armpit. So when you're bringing in up the lymphatic fluid, you want to really focus in on these lymphatic drainage ducts, always towards the armpit. You have them in your abdomen, your groin, your back. So you want to, behind your knees, you want to really make sure those are areas you're focusing on. So any questions about that? Yeah. Yeah, like tapping points? Or is that, or the tapping for lymphatic drainage, like thoracic pumping? Yep. Yes. Yeah. And I'm not going to go into all those details, but if you know about that system, it's a really great way to open up the lymphatic drainage ducts and get that lymph moving. And I'll show you how to do it with dry brushing, but it's a really great thing to start doing because opening up your lymphatic system makes such a difference for your health. So I mentioned you can do like rebounding is a really great way to open your lymphatic system, get the body jumping. Lymphatic fluid really responds well for movement when you hit something hard and reverse it. So that's why rebounding is so good. One thing I like to do is I like to stand and brush my teeth, and I get up on my tippy toes, and then I'll be brushing my teeth, and I'll just stand there for a second and come down hard, and just come down hard. And it's a great way to stimulate your lymphatic fluid flowing. Drinking enough water is another really important way to make sure your lymphatic system is moving. Make sure you're hydrated. Exercise, especially stretching, is so good for the lymphatic system. So I want to show you a couple of my favorite tips and tricks today to have not only healthy skin, but when you're moving the lymphatic system, you are stimulating the circulatory system, which any place that you bring blood to is going to help heal. So blood always brings healing. So stimulating the circulatory system, moving the lymphatic system, and naturally exfoliating the skin is so huge for healthy body, healthy glowing skin. So how many of you have ever dry brushed your face? A couple. Good. I'm so proud of you guys because we dry brush our bodies and forget about our face. So I'll do a little quick tutorial here, but I have all this information on my website too. I have video tutorials and things like that. But this is just a little boar bristle brush, so nothing fancy, but natural. And you want to just always start opening up this lymphatic drainage duct. And then you want to, I take my brush and I just gradually brush down my neck first, stimulating the lymphatic to flow down, and then go across your neck and down. And I like to do a little circle right here when I'm doing it, like so over around, and down. And I do my right side and then over to my left side. So once you've opened up your neck area, then you want to just go up and out and then bring everything all the way back down to this left side. Does that make sense? What this is doing is not only clearing out toxins, but it's really helping your skin glow in a whole new way. So often we complain about dry skin in Utah, right? One great thing too is when you're getting rid of that dead skin on your face, it really is allowing you to moisturize your real skin and not dead skin, and it gives you a whole different healthy glow. So there are so many reasons to dry brush. When I dry brush my face, I do it 6 days a week. I do it Monday through Saturday. Saturday morning after I've used my dry brush, I do a little wash with cast iron soap, and I let it dry, and then I use it again on Monday morning. So give yourself at least a day of rest. When I travel and go on vacation, I don't bring my dry brush. I give myself a break. So, yeah, I always make sure it's natural. So boar bristles or sisal are the only bristles that I use. So you can buy it from my store, from here on my website. You can buy it here at the booth. I'm just right outside the door. Or when you're buying your own, make sure you're really careful because a lot of them have synthetic brushes that are too harsh. They'll actually tear apart your skin. So you have to be really careful to use a good brush that doesn't actually harm your skin while you're brushing it. So any other questions around? No, if it has plastic, it won't do the same thing. Yeah, so you want to make sure it's a natural bristle brush. It's actually cleaning out your pores, cleaning off that dead skin, stimulating circulatory system, moving the lymphatic system. It all makes a difference on the bristles you use. Yeah. Any cast iron soap that's more natural, it's an oil-based soap, is fine. I mix it equal parts water, and I add some essential oils, and that's all I use to clean my brush. So you can go to the health food store, get a cast iron soap, and that's totally fine. I do have recipes and stuff, too, on my website. Any other questions? Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's a great question. Yes, first thing in the morning when I wake up, I dry brush my face. Your skin needs to be dry, but it doesn't have to be perfectly clean. So I dry brush my face, then I use my cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and then at night, I'll tell you more about gua sha, then I do the gua sha, if that makes sense. Okay, so dry brushing your body is really important, and I won't go into the details. Many of you know about dry brushing your body. This is the brush I use. I like to have one that I can put my hand in and touch because when you're connecting with your body this way, there's a lot of scientific studies that show that this hand-body connection is a very loving, healing thing to do for your body versus like on a stick. And it's just a connection way of saying like, thank you, arm, for all you do for me. And it's just really healing, and it's easier to get a good massage when you're doing that. I have an instruction card that is so valuable when it comes to dry brushing your body that actually clears out your lymphatic system and helps you heal so much better. So especially if you've been sick or cleansing, like I've been doing a lot of lymphatic massage. You know how the universe gives you things like my throat is raw, so I've been doing more lymphatic massage. This is a really great card to have that teaches you how to body dry brush that is very healing, powerful for your body. So I won't go into body brush. Most of you know about it, right? Okay. Then gua sha. How many of you have heard of gua sha? Oh, I love you guys. You're the best. So gua sha is done very similarly. This heart one is a really great gua sha tool to use. It has different shapes to actually stimulate lymphatic drainage. So this side right here is really good for your neck. So just like I told you with dry brushing, you want to start down your neck and stimulate that lymphatic fluid. So start on the right side, come to the left. You can even pump first. And then you want to use this little divot right here, and you go across your chin and down. And especially if you get sinus congestion or headaches, this is going to be a game changer because moving the lymphatic fluid actually makes such a difference on things like headaches and sinus infections and things like that. So if you get allergies, because spring is coming, do lymphatic drainage because you're not moving your lymphatic system. If you get a lot of bumps and bruises and moles especially, you have lymphatic drainage issues. So using a gua sha tool will really help. If you have scarring or things like I did, you can actually use this to, like, if I had a scar here, kind of break up the fascia and then kind of pull it out will help heal scarring too. So anyway, when you go across the chin, then up and out. You can even do your lips. Give yourself a little lip plump. I get dry lips easily, and this will help make such a difference with dry lips. You could go down your nose, around your eyes, and then always up and out on your forehead. And this feels like a really good massage. How many of you get really stiff necks? I know I do. So I like to do it on the back of my neck, and nothing feels as good as this little tiny tool to massage your neck. So gua sha is a really great way to move the lymphatic system in a really healing way. And like I said, I dry brush first thing in the morning. I do gua sha after I've done cleanser, toner, moisturizer. You want your face to be nice and oily, so this glides really easily on your skin. So any questions on gua sha?
How much pressure do you put on?
When you're doing the gua sha, it's a natural pressure. Like it wouldn't hurt, and like just like you're massaging your foot, it's just a natural massage type stone. So just enough pressure that it feels good. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Okay. So I don't know if Kristen's in here. Okay. This girl came by this morning. Her mom came to the Be Healthy Utah conference, which was so fun. But this girl came up to me a couple months ago, and she said, I've been using this system, and it has changed my skin so much. And I loved her story because she is a ballet dancer. And just before Christmas, she had reached out to me, and she said, my skin is so bad, and I'm dancing in the Nutcracker, and I feel so ugly. Will your stuff help? And I said, well, let's try it and see. And I said, make sure you're doing lymphatic drainage. And I have an oil-based cleansing system of washing your face with oil. So when you're washing your face with normal soap, it destroys that whole microbiome. And it's really harsh on your lymphatic system, putting toxins in your circulatory system. If you have dull skin, you really probably should think about the cleansers you're using and move to an oil. So I told her to move to an oil-based cleanser and see how that would work. And we used the cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and she used the lymphatic drainage. And within 2 weeks, every skin problem that she had was gone, and she felt so beautiful, she said, as she danced the Nutcracker. And I love that story because I'm like, when you're doing these things, when you're implementing them, you can see the lighting is a little bit different, but her skin looks glowy and healthy in just 2 weeks. And it really does make a difference when you are working with your body. You're helping your body do what it needs to do. So I loved her story and just had to share that with you guys. So I use my cleanser is just an oil base. Jojoba oil is the base for all of my cleansers. So washing your face with oil and water will separate, but oil will pull dirt and leave your skin's natural oils and your natural microbiome in place. And so it makes such a difference to not use soap. So yeah, it sounds different. You just tried the oils last night. This cute girl tried them, and she said, my skin looks so different today. It feels good, right? Yeah. Yeah, over at my booth. You guys come try it. It's so fun to see the difference. Like I'll put it on your hand, and you can see immediate difference when you put oils on your skin. It really works, and I have money-back guarantees because I believe in it so much. And then the last thing I'll share with you guys today is using light therapy. As a master herbalist, I have worked with thousands of clients over the years, and the biggest difference I have seen with health, hormones, mood, and skin health, LED light therapy. And what's so great about, like I talked about the lymphatic system, is light will actually go in and kill a lot of the toxins in your lymphatic system and blood. The best thing that you can do to have clean, healthy lymphatic system and health is to use light. And you can use sunshine. It's harder to get the targeted light that you need with sunshine. A lot of people are nervous about burning and things like that. So I recommend start becoming friends with the sunshine, but don't use it to hurt you. Don't go get a sunburn, right? But use light therapy. Get out in the sunshine. Use my light mask has 7 different colors. So when it comes to healing your skin, when you're using light, you can see that your body is connected to your face with all the organs. So if you're using light, you're helping your heart, you're helping your liver, you're helping your kidneys. It's so amazing how just light can penetrate through your face and help clean out your blood and help all your organs. So if there's one thing that I recommend trying, it's more light therapy. And so all the different frequencies of light really quickly. Red light goes to the deepest layers of our dermis. So many of us have heard about red light therapy. It's kind of the new conversation people are having, right? Because it goes so deep into the layers of the skin, it's healing inflammation and helping cell repair, tissue damage, things like that. Red light therapy is so powerful. But I would caution you, for those of you who have used infrared or near infrared, far infrared light, to be careful about putting it directly on your skin. Use it at a distance. So my mask doesn't have near infrared light, but it has powerful rays that go all the way to the tissue. But you can use near infrared or far infrared light, just don't put it directly on your skin. But then we have yellow light is so good for healing sunburns or skin damage, tissue repair, wounds. You can use green light for headaches. It's amazing to help calm a headache. It's also good for age spots and freckles and things like that. Blue light is on the very surface of your skin. So blue light will kill bacteria. And it's so good for acne or things like staph infections. I struggled with staph infections. So blue light is a really great way to kill those. Purple light is a combination of red and blue light. So you can get both the things at the same time. Bluish light balances your skin, calms inflammation. So sorry, guys. And white light is all of the lights combined at the same time, which is so good for fine lines and wrinkles. So when it comes to if there was a device that I think is used the most in my house, I have 4 kids. I have 3 boys and a little girl. My kids all use my light device all the time. I have football players that use it for wound healing and acne and all the teenage stuff, but we use it for back pain. We use it for knees all the time. We use it for, if you get fungus, it will kill fungus. I use it to help regrow my hair. So using light therapy is just an amazing tool to have all around that doesn't have side effects of other things. And one of the great things about light therapy is within 28 days of using it, it will double your collagen production. Collagen is so great for skin and tissue repair. So if you want a natural thing that's actually helping your skin heal and stimulating growth and repair, it is LED light therapy. So there's a lot of studies that they've tested for 28 days using light therapy, and they see dramatic differences in just 28 days. So for those of you who have tried LED lights, have you noticed a difference? Anyone in here? You guys have seen it? Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Psoriasis, when using an oil-based skincare system, changes quickly, and using yellow and green light is huge. So things like eczema, psoriasis, you can use those yellow-green lights. It's not going to be damaging, and then you can get into the red light that goes a little bit deeper, and I noticed huge differences within a week or 2. So, and thank you for sharing your story about red light. It really does work quickly, and it works well. And I got a staph infection. We lived in the island of Samoa a couple years ago, about 10 years ago, and I got a horrible staph infection. And we tried everything to get rid of it, and I couldn't get rid of it any other way besides light therapy, which is what inspired me to create my own mask. And I don't know if you guys can see this little dark spot on my ankle here. Can you see that? This last summer, I got another staph infection on my ankle. And usually these staph infections required surgery and painful and miserable. But I went and got my light mask, and within a couple of days, the infection had been killed, and it started to heal. And I had that little tiny spot versus a lot of scarring that I have in other parts of my body from a staph infection. So I know this stuff works, and it's really super powerful. If you guys want to try my masks, we have them available to just sit and test the lights, and you can see the difference that it makes, how it feels, how that works on your body. But when it comes to like when you're using light, like I mentioned with the near infrared light, you have to be really careful when it comes to new chip technologies. Make sure you're getting a light that is displacing the light so that it is not just targeting exactly where it shines, but it's spreading the light out evenly so that you're not getting targeted light therapy, which is another problem. Like you've seen panels of light where it just has, different spots of light. Be really careful that you're making sure they have the new chip technology that is dispersing the light correctly. Sorry, this microphone keeps switching. Do you guys have any questions around light therapy? Yeah. Yeah. It's not necessarily bad. Just make sure you're getting it from a credible source, that the lights have the dispersion ability, so you're not targeting directly. When you put too much directed light on specific spots of your skin, it can be damaging, mostly because it is drying out the skin, which causes aging and dehydration. And so you want to be really careful that you make sure those lights are dispersed evenly. You can still use the red light. It's totally fine. The near infrared light is where you have to be careful directly on your skin. So, like my mask specifically has the technology so it can sit on your face, but not all like light pads or panels do have that. So just be careful. If anything, if you're worried, just stand about 3 or 4 feet away and it's not going to have any problems. You can use any red light as long as it, has the FDA clearance and stuff. It shouldn't be damaging, but just make sure you stand back further is the only caution. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. And so this is just kind of our 28-day test and trying 10 to 20 minutes a day of LED light therapy. So for maintenance, you really only have to do 3 times a week. Yes. Sorry. I did do it too fast. So the great thing, like talking about melanin and redness and psoriasis, there are so many studies around light therapy and how it works and how healing it is. Hospitals are using light therapy. I know a lot of therapists are using light therapy now instead of like antidepressants and medications. It has become, yeah. Did you say you've seen that? It is nice. Yeah, I agree. Like the medication can have side effects, but using light doesn't. And I love it so much that you don't have to worry about it. But, whoops, I'm going backwards. So I know my time is about up, but I'm offering such an amazing deal. If you want to try the oil-based skincare, a little dry brush and gua sha tool, I have a kit that's only $35, which is over half off. So you guys can try that or get like this dry brush kit with all the dry brushes and the cards and everything, which is a great way to start your body healing. And you can do this every day, and it lasts for such a long time and works so well. Or you can get my light mask. It's on actually a sale for $230, or you can get the skincare with it. But everything that we do helps save children in Africa and things that we're working with. And I don't have much time to share all of that, but I love giving back in any way that I can. I've lived around the world in many places and have helped a lot of kids mostly get school books and basic supplies and things that they need. So if you didn't get to download the guide, there it is again. But do you have any questions before I let you guys go? Okay, yeah. Yep, it has all the approvals. I, as a master herbalist, just wanted to get the best of the best and make it safe and clean for everyone. So yeah, I have all the certifications on lights. So really do make sure when you're using a light to make sure it has all the clearance, because there's a lot of fake options out there. Be really careful. But yeah, go ahead. Oh, I'll have to go in and fix that. Keep that QR code or take a picture of it. I'll go in and fix it. they probably put the wrong number on it, but I'll hurry and go do that. And then thank you so much for being here. If you have more questions, my booth is just outside the door with the 2 white chairs. So come over, say hi, take a seat, try the light mask, try the skincare if you want, and see how your skin can really glow. So thank you for being here.